Week 7 in the National Football League here at STL Sports Central. Matthew Rocchio, Randy Karraker getting ready for the games, and a lot of teams with records of 4-2. But let's get things started with our old friends, the Rams, and our old friends, the Jaguars, who really should have been our team anyway, playing the Sunday morning game on NFL Network. The Rams are a 3.5-point favorite. Can Jacksonville, both of these teams, by the way, have played more London games than anybody else. Can Jacksonville upend another favorite and beat the Rams, please?
I really hope so. It's hard to know what is real about this Jacksonville team because we're still just 2 weeks removed from that terrible game where Trevor Lawrence is waving off Liam Cohen and Brian Thomas Jr. is shrinking away from every pass that's coming his way, and yet they get a big win over the Chiefs in a tough fought game against the Seahawks, and obviously they beat up the 49ers, another team we're going to be talking about. So it's kind of hard for me to gauge what we're going to get from the Jaguars, but this is one of those games they need to come out, limit their turnovers, and Trevor Lawrence needs to continue to show that he is the franchise quarterback. That was the big question for the Jaguars coming into this season, and until that question is 100% answered, it will still linger over this team.
Also notable because of something that's not happening, and that the Chiefs are shoved down your throat here in St. Louis, right? It's just part of the deal. If you're a St. Louis and you're having the Chiefs shoved down your throat, Matthew, the Chiefs have 4 of their 17 games that are not in a national TV window, whether it be an early game in Europe or a 3:25 start or a Thanksgiving Day game or Monday or Thursday night game. They have 4 of their 17 right now that are scheduled to be noon starts, non-national TV window starts, and one of those is against the Raiders at Arrowhead's GEHA Stadium. Sorry about that, GEHA. And the Chiefs are a 12.5-point favorite. I think the Chiefs are kind of back.
Yeah, okay, and let's expand this question a little bit. We have the 8 teams right now in the 8 teams. Sorry, the 11 teams. Is that what it was? I got 3, 6. What do I got? 11 teams that are 4-2 in the NFL right now.
Okay,
which teams right now on that list do you think are better than the Chiefs when all is said and done?
Ooh, this is
when good. All is said and done. Which 4-2 team is actually better than the Chiefs?
Well, I know that the Eagles. I'm going to preface this by noting that the Chiefs have not had Rashee Rice all season long, and they have not played particularly well either. I think that the Bills, despite what has happened the last 2 weeks, are a better team than Kansas City is. I think Philadelphia has more good players, although Darius Smith's retirement hurts them. Their pass rush is going to be affected by that, and I wouldn't be surprised if Philly went out and traded for a pass rusher. But right now, even though Philadelphia went into Kansas City and won, and Kansas City didn't have Rice to get him back, I'm going to say that I'm not going to make this too long. I'm going to say Kansas City is better than Philly. Kansas City just beat Detroit, so they're better than them. I think the Broncos are really good. I don't think they're as good as Kansas City because you've got Mahomes at the end of games. I think they're better than the Rams. I think they're better than the Seahawks. I think they're better than the Steelers. Chargers, clearly, because they're a mess now. Jaguars, Patriots, and Niners. So I would say that the one team that I think is better is Buffalo.
So then we'll get to the question of the episode then. Considering you don't think these teams have separated themselves from the talent of the Chiefs, which of these 4-2 teams do you think is real, can make a playoff run, could potentially grow to challenge a team like the Chiefs, whether that be in the AFC or potentially in the Super Bowl?
Okay. We know Buffalo can.
Yep.
We know Philadelphia can because they have. Detroit is very capable.
So you're not out on Philadelphia kind of hitting a cliff, all the extra games played, kind of one of those things that we've given the reasons why the Chiefs keep cracking, but maybe are the Eagles without the quarterback play, without the longevity of their head coach as much with Andy Reid, maybe they could crack a little bit in the way the Chiefs haven't.
The thing about Philadelphia is an unknown, and that is that they lost their offensive coordinator, and they have a new offensive coordinator, and the play calling definitely is questionable. And they've got AJ Brown unhappy there, not unhealthy, but he's unhappy.
Very unhappy.
They need to get their play calling straightened out. If they do that, then they'll be fine. But remember when the last time they took a huge dip, it was because they had bad coordinators. They'd lost Steichen and they'd lost Gannon, and they brought in different coordinators that didn't do the job. And then Sirianni, after 1 year, had to redo the coordinators. And he might not have an offensive coordinator now that can call a good enough game to make them great. But I'm going to reserve judgment on that. And I think they're capable of being it. So they're definitely real, though. Lions are real. Broncos are real. Sean Payton's done an amazing job. It's all about the defense there. As much as we talk about Bo Nix, it's really all about the defense there. The Rams are for real. They will spend a week without Puka Nacua, but the Rams are real. Seahawks, Sam Darnold's one of the best quarterbacks in the league, and the Seahawks can play defense. So I'm going to say they're real. The Steelers, they disappointed me on Thursday night.
That was bad.
Yeah, but I think Aaron Rodgers is back. It's not usually with the Steelers, it's a question about their offense, and I think their defense will be fine. So I'm going to say the Steelers are real, and then the rest of them are pretenders.
What are you factoring in when Aaron Rodgers' knee buckles because his offensive tackle jumps on his knee, jumps on his back a second time?
But he came back. He kept playing, okay. So he's fine. The Chargers are a mess. Their offensive line is decimated by injury. They still aren't going to get Khalil Mack back for a while. They're on their number 3 tailback, Hassan Haskins from Eureka. So they've got real problems in L.A. with the Chargers. The Jaguars just aren't there yet. I think our questions about Trevor Lawrence are valid, but I think the questions about the running game are legit. They have a couple of good receivers, but they still haven't integrated Hunter as well as they can. They've got some really nice parts on defense. Walker's never been what they expected, but Josh Hines-Allen is pretty good. They've got some elements there. And then the Patriots, Vrabel's done an amazing job. It's not a very talented team. And then the 49ers, you talk about decimated by injury. Holy smokes. Still haven't had Ayuk. They get Kittle back this week. Purdy is hurt. They lose Bosa. They lose Warner. They're devastated, not decimated, devastated by injury. So the Patriots are out. So I'm saying the top 7 of the 4-2 teams are real. Bottom 4 are not.
I think that's pretty legitimate. Bills, Eagles, Lions, the top 3 after that, it gets kind of murky. And so like, look at the Broncos. When it gets down to it, because we're talking about these being playoff teams. So let's talk about a playoff situation for the Broncos. We know they have the defense, but it's wild card round. They're facing another one of these teams. Let's say the Broncos are facing off against a Steelers team in the playoffs. Can Bo Nix get them through a playoff series?
Yes, he can.
That's
they
a
were
big
right
answer
there last year.
Yeah,
they had a chance. So here's the way things will play out.
I'm attempting to rank to kind of guess what your rankings would be if you had to rank these 11 teams. So this is what I'm trying for.
There's going to be 6 teams from each conference in the playoffs, right?
Yes.
Indy is going to make the playoffs. The Chargers are not.
Oh,
okay. The Steelers will make the playoffs. That's 2. The Bills will make the playoffs. That's 3. The Broncos will make the playoffs. That's 4. The Chiefs will make the playoffs. That's 5. We talked about Houston bouncing back.
Yeah, we haven't mentioned that yet on the air, but yeah, Houston has one of the highest point differentials.
Fourth highest point differential in the league. It's
all 1-score losses for them so far. Could Houston have one of those like 7-2 back halves of the season that gets them to, what would it be, 10-7?
Yeah, they could do it. So I'm going to go Houston, Pittsburgh, Buffalo, Denver, Kansas City. Did I? Houston, Pittsburgh, Buffalo.
Yeah, and then you need an AFC East team, which would be the Patriots. Yeah. Oh, wait. Sorry, Buffalo. You have the Bills. Yeah. You have the Bills. Sorry.
Yeah. So I've got Indy.
Indy. There it is.
Yeah. Pittsburgh, Buffalo, Denver, Kansas City. And I think it's going to be either Houston, and I still think, the Ravens are going to get Lamar back. They're going to get Roquan Smith back. They've got their safety Kyle Hamilton back. They've got both corners now, and this is a bye week, but they're going to have Humphrey and Jair Alexander back. Ronnie Stanley is back. I think, and when you look at the schedule, the Ravens could go on a run. I think it's going to be either Baltimore or Houston for that 6th spot in the AFC, okay?
Yeah.
NFC, Tampa's going to win the South. Green Bay is going to win the North. San Francisco is not going to make the playoffs.
Okay.
They're 4-2. Philadelphia is going to win the East. The Rams are going to win the West.
Oh.
Seattle's going to make the playoffs, and Detroit's going to make the playoffs. There you go. Sorry, Atlanta. Sorry,
there's 7
Bears.
playoff teams now, aren't there?
Is it 7?
7 playoff teams now, aren't there?
Okay. Oh, that's right. Yeah,
they expanded the playoffs.
Okay, yeah. So
we got one more to play. We got one more to play with on both sides.
Yeah. So Atlanta, I'll go with Atlanta. No, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go with the Packers, or not the Packers.
You got him in already.
The Bears.
Bears.
Yeah.
You think Luther Burden's going to start becoming a bigger part of that after the way he's been playing lately?
Maybe I could see it.
And for the AFC,
I
Broncos,
get
Chiefs, Steelers, Colts, Texans, Bills. So Patriots.
No.
Do they get in as the last wild card team?
No.
Do the Chargers sneak in with a talented roster?
I think Jacksonville does.
So it's the Jaguars.
And they get that division too. Now, again, we just mentioned Houston and how good Houston is. But when you look at the rest of the Jacksonville schedule, and this week is tough against the Rams, but they go to Vegas, then they go to Houston, they get the decimated Chargers at home, they go to Arizona, they go to Tennessee, Indy at home, they've still got the Jets, then they wind up at Denver, at Indy, and then home against Tennessee. So right now they're at 4 wins. Even if they lose to the Rams, Vegas is 5 wins. Chargers are 6. Arizona is 7. Tennessee is 8. Jets 9. Let's give them one of the wins against Indy. That's 10. And then Tennessee again, that's 11.
And that means that, breaking all of this down, from our current 11 group of 4-2 teams, you have 3 not making the playoffs. You have
Chargers.
You have the Chargers, the 49ers, and the Patriots missing out from the playoffs from the current 4-2 teams.
There you go.
And I see that as a team that's probably playing a little bit over their heads right now in the Patriots, a team that's completely fallen apart in the Chargers because of injuries, and a second team that is completely fallen apart because of injuries in the 49ers.
Yeah, injuries are the biggest thing in the NFL. And I really enjoy being able to have an exercise like this and not even consider, not even look at, not even name the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, wasn't that did feel good. You just broke down why you think the Texans can make a run.
Yeah.
The one in the NFC that's going to surprise people that wasn't on this list at all that you mentioned late was the Bears. I made my Luther Burden comment. They keep giving Olamide Zaccheaus more routes than him for some reason, but hopefully it looks like it's going to continue to change. Why are you buying the Bears as making a run here?
Because that is a team, and I've kind of watched them, that is ascending, and I think that Ben Johnson has them. It's kind of like what Tony Dungy had in his first year in Tampa. They got off to a horrible start, a lot worse start than this. But the team ascended as the season went along. I think this team, and they've won 3 in a row after starting 0-2. I think they're getting better and better and better as the season goes along. I don't think much of either Wentz or McCarthy in Minnesota. And I look at that Bears schedule, and they've got the Saints. That should be a win. At Baltimore, I think Baltimore can come back, but I don't know about that game. Cincinnati, I'm not sold on what Joe Flacco did against the Steelers. I don't know if that's
how could you not be?
Then you get the Giants at home if you're the Bears. The Giants have done some nice things with Dart and Scatabo, but I don't think that that's the real Giants. I think the real Giants probably are a 5-12 team. Then you get the Steelers at home. Then you go to Philly. They've got a really tough stretch here. The Bears do. Pittsburgh at home, at Philly, at Green Bay. But then you get the Browns at home, Packers at home, go to San Francisco, and then Detroit at home. I think that they can get up to 9 wins. I think they can be 9-8.
And that should be enough to get you into the wild card in the NFC, I think.
I think so.
I think you're right about that.
Yeah. So there you go. And if you want to really make sure that people know about how good you are at picking playoff teams, on December 1st, DraftKings is going to be getting rolling here in Missouri. America's top-rated sportsbook app, coming soon to the Show Me State, and all you have to do to sign up today is download the app. If you're a new Missouri customer, you can get $300 in bonus bets when they launch on December 1st. Download now and place a $5 bet when DraftKings goes live. DraftKings Sportsbook will bring you everything you need to elevate your game day, including live in-game betting, lightning-fast payouts, and endless ways to get in on the action, all right from your phone. And when they officially go live in Missouri, you'll be betting with the Sportsbook app trusted by millions. It's safe, secure, and has fast money withdrawals. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use the promo code STL Sports to grab $300 in bonus bets with just a $5 bet when DraftKings goes live on December 1st. That's code STL Sports in partnership with DraftKings Sportsbook. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus, physically present in Missouri. Eligibility restrictions apply. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. Includes customers who redeem pre-launch sign-up offer. Terms of sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos. Great job, Matthew.
There it is.
Hope you enjoy your NFL weekend, and we will see you next time right here on STL Sports Central, presented by DraftKings.